Welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
And we have a throwback guest today.
Yep, a returner.
One of our old friends.
Yep.
I'm gonna say something bad about her because it's the truth. She's the first one we both beat.
Well, the way that I've been going,
the show.
No.
The way I've been going lately, I think she might beat me today.
Oh, wait. Today on the Bullhucker, we got T to the B to the Mama Jammin' G. Terri Barton Gregg.
T to the triple G. Yeah, that's me. That's my rapping name.
Yeah, it is. The rapping.
Yeah, the 65-year-old Jewish rapper.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with
nothing
it.
wrong with
I've
it.
made my living off of that.
Being a rapper?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. At the Nordstroms, and I make the packages.
Let me tell you why Terry's here and how Terry's my friend. Our friend, but here's what I use Terry for. I say the word use. She's here with Matt Baca. They're going to do it at the community college. Matt's doing a motivational speech tomorrow, and you came with him just to hang out with him because you guys are good friends. And I found this out because people call me all the time and they ask me if I know how to do certain things or I know certain people. And I tell them, I don't know anybody does that shit. Let me call Terry. That's what I do. Like, they will call me with the weirdest shit. They'll say stuff like, I need someone killed, someone to buy my daughter a 6-year-old birthday gift, and someone to wipe my windows. And I'm like, I don't. Look, I'll
Whose
call,
car are we taking?
I'll call Terri Barton Gregg. And she's like, oh, call Matt Baca. He does all that. I'm like, okay, we got somebody. So
I had a call today, as a matter of fact, of I need some. What are they called? God, I can't believe I forgot this. Female impersonators, the drag queens. I need. But do you know any drag queens? It's like, as a matter of fact, I do.
Who's the one in Denver? There was a big one in Denver.
There's Chris LaBitch and
Chris LaBitch, is that her name? That's not her name.
Mona Lot.
Mona Lot. That's what it is.
Yes,
and
there's Lady Sativa.
Chris LaBitch. That
Chris
one
LaBitch
wins.
is my favorite.
That one wins.
It's like, yeah, I'll just ring him up.
Is it like a Ledoux thing? Is that what the play on the word is?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
And then I had a call from Deacon Gray one time that.
Deacon.
Yes, Dave Chappelle was in town and he wanted to go to the strip bar. I should have told this is one of my stories. He wanted to go to the strip bar and it was, after hours. I was up at the Improv. He called me up there and he said they're ready to close down. And he said, can you call your friend that owns Shotgun Willie's and can you have him keep it open because Dave Chappelle wants to bring the entire audience? And I went, sure, because Bill played rugby with him.
Right. Really?
Yeah. And so we've known him for a million years. And I called him and I said, hey, will you keep it open? He goes, yeah, they're going to spend some money. And I said, sure. So they got the ones out of the drawer at the Comedy Works, and they thought they were making it rain. Like $300. It wasn't a drizzle. It wasn't a bottle of free champagne. That was my story. But that was a true one.
There'll be a story coming up. It hasn't came out yet about a stripper in a high school group, and that poor girl made $15.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And she had to give him change.
That story hasn't been told yet. It's coming up on a.
Who'd you get the quarter from? All of them.
That's a hard-working Chris LaBitch right there.
It is. I'll tell you.
But hey, if you're new to the podcast, welcome to the Bullhucker. What we do here is we bring on a guest. Today's our very good friend Terri Barton Gregg. Terry's going to tell us 3 stories about her life. The kicker is only 2 of these stories are true. One story is either made up, borrowed, or partially made up. Now, without going into great detail, Terri, which one is it?
Oh, it's totally a lie.
It's totally made up. That's because Terri don't play.
No.
Terri does not come to play.
I don't use other people's stories.
She's not a thief because that's in the comedy world. That's a
hack.
It's a mortal
I'm
sin.
not a hack liar.
I'm not a hack liar. So, but here at the Bullhucker,
go big or go home.
Here at the Bullhucker, we accept you for whoever you are. We just want you to be on the podcast. So, but if you enjoy what you see today, please make sure you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. On the bottom right-hand corner of this, you'll see a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that. It's a little click for you, but a big click for us. Also, no matter what platform you're on, whether it be Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to this on, please leave a rating and review. It helps the podcast out. And Adam will hug you in public if you tell him, but you got to prove. You got to prove because people use Adam for the great hugs. I mean,
he does. He is a hugger.
He's a hug ho. That's what he is, dude.
Yes.
Hug ho.
Yeah.
He's a hug ho. Yeah. We should get him drunk, get that tattoo. What do you think, Terri?
Oh, absolutely.
Hug ho.
Yeah. Because I can get somebody drunk, remember?
And pray to Christ he doesn't go to prison.
And Terri probably knows someone that would tattoo that on me for free.
I do, as a matter of fact. I can hook you up.
And get the motivational speech.
I have
while
a bail
she's doing
bondsman on speed dial. What are you talking? I actually do.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
Who is it?
It's none of your business.
All right, fair
Dog
enough.
the bounty hunter.
He's a rugby friend of mine.
Like Bill, that's like the Illuminati, that rugby shit he's into, isn't it? Because you know everybody through that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge community. Yeah, they set me up with my husband, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is that how you met Bill?
Yeah, it is.
That's crazy.
It is, and it's part of my stories.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's get to those stories. You ready to tell some stories?
I'm ready.
Adam, you want to read them off for us, buddy?
Yep, we've got Here Birdie Birdie Birdie, To Have and to Hold, and Rabbi Rehab.
Because you're Jewish.
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah.
She's my Jewish friend, Terry.
Yeah, I'm the Jew with the do.
The Jew with the do. That's right.
Because who do that, Jew do this, Jew do so well.
Well, Mr. Vokey, we are in Big Johnson Construction right now, by the way. So this is your office.
Yeah.
Because
I'm with two Big Johnsons.
1.5, okay?
Yeah.
1.5.
And a smell deck.
We usually bounce around town to other businesses, but you guys are coming into town. Yeah. We didn't want to not miss the opportunity to get you guys on the podcast. You were easy enough for us to find, but Matt Baca actually lives in California now. So
yes, he is.
Since he's down, we thought we'd take full advantage of that. So, all right, Matt. Adam.
That's next.
That's next. Pick one up, buddy.
I'm going to go Here Birdie Birdie Birdie.
Okay, Here Birdie Birdie Birdie. When my daughter was about, maybe fourth grade, we moved out to High Rollers Ranch from Littleton. And I woke up one morning and I went out to our huge deck. Do you remember my old house? Huge deck.
The one that was being built, right, in the new community?
No. Well, it was we had a new build there, but it was the really big house that we lived in.
Right.
Anyway, so we went out on the deck, and it was a walkout basement, and I'm up on the deck, and I walk out, and I go, oh, my God, there's a big birdie in our backyard. And I kind of did one of these things because I kept looking at it like it was a flashback from college, and I did too much acid, like, oh, shit. And I looked at Kelsey, and I said, do you see that big birdie? And she goes, yeah. And I said, rub your eyes, in case she had a flashback. And she looks and she's like, that's a big birdie. And so I said, Billy, you got to come. Billy's my husband. You got to come downstairs. You got to help me out here. I said, I see a really big birdie. And he goes, is it like a hawk? And I said, no, it's bigger than a hawk. And he said, is it like, I don't know, is it like an eagle? And I said, it's flightless. I think it's flightless. So he comes out to the deck and he does the same thing. He looks out there and he goes like this. And he goes, do you see what I see? And I said, I don't know. Kelsey, go get me the binoculars. I am binocular impaired.
Okay.
I don't know how to use them. So she brings me the Fisher-Price binoculars, right? The big birdie is from me to you, right? And I'm doing one of these things. And Bill said, turn them around. You're really looking out of the wrong side. So I turned him around. I said, what do you see? And he goes, I don't know. What do you see? I said, I see an ostrich in our freaking backyard. I said, there's a fucking ostrich in the backyard. What the hell do we do? And he goes, well, I don't know. What do you think we should do? So I called wildlife, and they came out, and they're trying to lasso this fucking thing. This is honest to God. They were doing this lasso. They couldn't catch him. So then Kelsey said, well, what about the birdie farm? We lived right near an ostrich farm. I didn't know it. And she had gone with her school, and she kept saying something about the big eggies and whatever.
Yeah.
And so there was an ostrich ranch in MacArthur Ranch right near us. So I called them, and the guy comes over with a shovel and just whacks the thing in the back of the head. And they dragged it off, right? Because apparently they look up all the time, and their heads get frozen in the winter. They just whack them in the head with a shovel.
Good Lord.
That's my birdie story.
Now I know what to do if I ever encounter an ostrich during the winter.
Yes.
Aren't they mean as shit, though?
Yeah, they'll eviscerate you.
Yeah, because they got talons, right? On their
I wasn't getting that close.
I had a friend in Pueblo who he was a zookeeper at the Pueblo zoo. Mm-hmm. Emus, I mean, not an ostrich, but same kind, same.
Yeah,
to me,
different size, but same thing.
He had showed up one day and he had these lacerations on his arm.
Oh, yeah, it's awful.
This thing could have killed him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So so they got to drug it. I don't think they gave it a little barnyard smack with a shovel. I don't kind of backwoods shit.
No, he smacked the crap out of this bird. But if you've seen him trying to lasso, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Running around the backyard, and it was like, woo, like they were cowboys.
They're supposed to be able to eat those damn things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Ostrich meat?
Yeah.
I mean, Terry, next time, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I know enough rednecks. Somebody will shoot that damn
Exactly.
thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Somebody
exactly.
Why are you like
It
kind of
tastes like
pointing toward
chicken.
me when you said that?
my thumb,
Your
because that's what
thumb
I'm talking
keeps
about.
like pointing to me.
Oh, you ate ostrich?
No, I would shoot it because I'm the redneck he's referring to.
Oh, well, it would have been fine with me. I thought lassoing it was really kind of stupid because what do you do when you finally get the lasso on it?
Terry, there's a smoker in Fort Morgan, Colorado that's got that bird's name on it. I'll just tell you that right now.
Oh, really?
We'll have a barbecue.
Terry.
Remember the smoker that the guy won at the policeman show?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, he's a Fort Morgan cop.
He was was it the sheriff?
No.
He won everything else.
No, the police chief in Brush won the big screen TV, and the smoker came to a Fort Morgan cop, though.
Yeah, he did.
But, it's a redneck thing. That's what you got. There's a school in Brush right now. It's filled with pigeons and turkey vultures, right? It's an old school. They need to condemn it, and they're trying to remodel it. And they say, how are we going to deal with this? And that's what I told them. Like, tell the rednecks they can go hunt the goddamn thing. So they'll go in there and they'll start blowing them out of the skin.
Absolutely. Free range.
Yeah. Tell them no limit. They'll love it. You know what I mean? Just send them into the...
What they should really do is go and kill them the kosher way and up the price.
That's true.
Here's the Jew.
That's true.
Once again, trying to get the more money out of...
Well, they had a bunch of
Out of the
pigeons in there, and so turkey vultures ended up going through the chimney because they boarded it all up.
Really?
It's an old school. It's a beautiful building. It wasn't taken care of. And they said, how are we going to deal with this? You know, how do we get the turkey vultures? I'm like, well, find out whatever the hell eats a turkey vulture. Let that loose in the school.
A mongoose.
Right? Well, and just keep going up the food chain until you get to a tiger or a lion or something.
Exactly.
And then we'll call the Denver Zoo and be like, we need to borrow 2 lions. We'll feed them for a week. You know? We'll feed them well. Just let them loose in the school, you know? They eat pumas, right? Because that's probably what, it's right below them. But anyway.
They eat shoes?
Pumas.
Shoes?
Oh, I get what you're saying. You're not funny.
I am funny. I am totally
and
funny.
modest. What do you think about that story, Adam?
I liked it.
Yeah.
The fact I like the Fisher Price binocular thing. Because I could just see Terry with like the blue and red and yellow. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
So
Looking like something
With the
off
red
Despicable Me.
plastic string that you put around your neck. Yeah.
The bird looked at her. It looks like someone from Despicable Me, right? With the
Yeah.
minions. Like, bleep, 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 yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I heard those things are mean as shit. So, all right. I liked it, Terry. I liked it. We're going to do a second one here to judge it against to see how you do.
Okay.
2 we have left are To Have and To Hold and the Rabbi
Rehab.
Okay, well, I know which one I want to hear, so we're going to do the other one and save the one I want to hear for last. Let's hear To Have and To Hold.
To have and to hold. You know, Bill and I are going to supposedly have our 40th anniversary coming up in June 19th, right?
Congratulations.
Yes and no, because we're really not married.
What?
I actually
No.
knew that.
We
I think
are
you've
not
told me that
married.
before.
Absolutely. We are not married. And the reason why we're not married was because I was introduced to Bill by the rugby teams. And they had a player that they wanted to come over from the London Welsh named Di Reese. And he needed a green card.
So you're married to Di Reese.
I am. And a judge out of Vail, hold please, a judge out of Vail named Buck Allen was supposed to fix it so that he could get the green card and I'd get out of it. And Bucky's been up there for a million years. And then another friend of ours, Art Walsh, is an attorney. His nickname is Tuna. And he was supposed to take care of all the details, right? And so I am supposedly still married to Di Reese. I just found out from the London Welsh that Di, is departed now. So I am a widow.
That means Chelsea's also a bastard.
Kelsey.
Kelsey, what's up, Kelsey?
She is a little bastard. She's a little bastard, Kelsey.
I love her.
She is a little bastard. So in order for Bill and I to legally get married, we have to get married.
Okay.
I think we have to draw a flow chart for Moose.
It's a convoluted story, isn't it?
Yeah. Bill,
Yep. We lived in Breckenridge. What can I tell you?
Bill, put a ring on it. What's wrong with you, Bill?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So you've just never been married. You just never...
No. We hold ourselves out as being married. So actually we're common law now because my husband's dead. I didn't kill him. But I do have a bail bondsman on speed dial.
Where's... Wow. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a left turn, isn't it?
His name's Reese.
David Reese.
Where was? David. Oh,
From Mill Hill in London, near
Okay.
London. And he was an international player. And, Bill played for the U.S. rugby team and played internationally and actually played in London, too. He played up in Yorkshire.
was he better looking than Bill?
No, Bill was gorgeous. He looked exactly like Matt Damon.
Actually, he did. I saw a picture of him.
He did.
Yeah.
And Di is nothing I would have touched. We never consummated anything. Trust you me.
Hey,
Nothing were going to happen there.
We don't judge here.
He needed a good dentist.
You know what?
Well, I'm sure you have one of those on speed dial,
I
too.
do.
He works-
Actually, they're my relatives.
He works in the same building as the bail bondsman.
It's one of those, like, strip malls.
Yes.
Sweet
Yeah.
C, sweet
Yeah,
C.
that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So, no.
That's-
Still married. I am not. Actually, I'm a widow now, so. The widow Gregg. Actually, Reese. It'd be the widow Reese.
The widow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Terri Barton Gregg Reese.
No, she's Terry.
Terri Barton Reese.
Terry Barton Reese. TBR. What do you like better?
To be announced, to be recorded.
2BG or TBR? TBR sounds like a beer.
That's
doesn't
exactly
it?
what I was going to say.
And it's not even a good one.
That's not even a good
It's got to be warm because it's from England.
It's from England. And it's dead. So
And it's dead. He's
I'm
dead
sorry.
to me.
I'm sorry,
My
Dave.
first
That was
husband
nice.
is dead to me.
That's not nice. All right, to have and to hold. That's
Yes.
That's a hell of a story there, Terri Barton Gregg.
Yes.
That's
It is.
What do you think about that one, Adam?
There was some twists and turns in that thing. That thing was jiving around more than that ostrich from the first story.
Wait to hear the next one.
Have you actually met Bill?
I have not.
You've never met
No,
Billy?
I've never met Bill.
Oh, he's Bill.
He's a great guy.
I bought him a T-shirt that says "Cause I'm Bill."
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm Bill, but I'm not Dyrese. I met Bill. First time I met Bill was God. Where were we? We were drinking somewhere at a comedy show, and then you had to go, and Bill stayed after to kind of
Oh yeah.
take me back to your house.
Yeah.
because I stayed with you guys.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
remember where I went.
We passed out
I
Stacy
probably had to go to my
Rockmore.
first husband.
Yeah, it was me and Stacy Rockmore. We were hanging out there that night.
Yeah.
And you know what? By the way, I was Big Spoon, Stacy. Don't tell you
Yeah.
I was Big Spoon. So just so
Yeah.
we're all clear on that one. But yeah, Bill stayed after. Where were we? We were at. Was it
It
at
was
Wits End?
Newman's. No, it was. It was Wits End.
I think it might have
remember
been.
where I went.
Remember Wits End
Yeah, it was.
I was-
It was Wits End. It was because it was when they kind of closed it up. I
in
think.
Westminster?
Yes, and I think it was because David Testro had the final show and put me on it, and that's exactly where we were.
I'll be damned. What year did that close?
Oh God, I've been doing this 12 years, probably 10 years ago.
No, it's been closer longer than that, hasn't it?
I don't know.
I
I've
don't
never been
remember.
there.
You never went to Wits End?
No, I've
Oh,
never
it was
been
my
to
favorite.
Wits.
I loved Wits End.
It had the side of a barn for the back.
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Remember that?
yeah. Oh yeah.
But what was it before the barn? Before they put that piece of siding up? It was a piece of like tough shit they had. Remember that?
That's
Terry?
ridiculous.
It was so good.
I wanted to say that it was like blue. Wasn't there like a blue
There,
wall
there was a blue wall finally.
Okay, 'cause
and it
that's
had
what I
like a
remember.
crown on it.
from the?
You're right, a
pictures.
blue brick wall.
Yeah.
You're
But they
right.
changed it from when it was the tough shed.
But didn't the blue brick wall was in the corner though, right? The
Yeah.
tough shed was right in the middle,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, yeah.
That's funny. They had a cool like mural too. I remember we used to.
Yeah, and he had a mural that was of all the original comics.
Out there.
Yeah, I have a picture of it still.
Right.
And then they also had a wall that we all got to sign and put our pictures on, and I did a pretty beaver.
Nice. Like the actual animal, Terry, or did you get your gross
I
with
used to
it?
tell a joke about pretty beaver
Okay.
because that was a hair color at one time.
What?
Yes, one of the hair color companies had Frivolous Fond, Bashful Beige, and my favorite was Pretty Beaver. And I used to always ask women if they wanted a pretty beaver. Because who's going to bitch if you give them one?
Did somebody ever give you like any guff about it? They just automatically go, yes, please.
No, they never gave me guff because they knew where I was coming from.
All right,
I mean, if you come to me to get your hair done, you know I'm going to be an asshole.
You know I'm going to be an asshole.
And I'm going to make fun of you.
That's funny.
Yeah. Because
I
tough skin.
that's first. I met a lot of people for the first time at Wits End. A
Yeah.
lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
I used to. Yeah, that's crazy. That's Deacon Gray. That's what, no. I met him for the first time. You brought up Deacon Gray. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. I met him through Comedy Works, but I met him before I'd ever been to Comedy Works.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I met Deacon Gray at Comedy Works my first time I ever did comedy in 06. And he had just taken over.
I thought you said you were 6.
No. Yeah, I was a prodigy. He had just taken over New Talent Night, I believe.
Yep.
He was pretty new because I remember him like being like, "Oh, you're Larry. Yeah, come on up." And he showed me how the microphone worked and how it went in the stand.
Was that
like,
nice?
Yeah.
Well, until you got to notes in the green room.
Oh yeah.
Then he would just tear you apart in the green room, man. And I used to hate the guy for a long time. I didn't like him. And then I got to know him as a person,
right.
and I loved Deacon. And when he passed, guy's been gone for 5 years now.
Probably.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
I have no memory.
Maybe not that long.
I don't remember. Sure. I don't remember. I know it's got to be about 5 years.
Yeah, but he was tough, man.
Because my dad started at 92 years old. He died at 96 a year ago. So that's 8 years. And he knew Deacon, but he had only been to the Comedy Works to try and get on once, and that was 2 years. So it's like 6 years ago. Oh, that's how my brain works, by the way.
Right, me too. Yeah. He posted up against something else.
You get the abacus and you move those little beady things over. Like the beady eyes of that bird.
If that's a true story. Maybe? If that's a true story. So, all right.
Birdie.
Birdie. All right, one left. Rabbi... Rehab. I keep looking at that like 2 L's. I'm like,
it's my pretty handwriting.
Rayas.
You call it whatever you want. Okay, Rabbi Rehab.
Oy.
So my parents never knew my story about being married because they would have fucking killed me. Can I say fucking?
Yes.
Yeah.
They would have killed me. I mean, they would have torn me apart. Because of the whole Jewish thing and the whole, you have to get a get when you get divorced. And
you have to get a what?
You have to buy the man out to get a get to get divorced. In order to be remarried, you have to be free and clear because you're basically chattel when you're a Jewish woman.
What'd you call it, a get?
Get, G-E-T, get.
Get, okay.
Yeah, I think that's how you spell it. Anyway, so I couldn't tell my parents. So we had a wedding. We had a big wedding at Noonan's.
Really?
It used to be Heatheridge Country Club in the day, and it was a private country club, and my dad came to me and he said, if you let your mother throw any kind of wedding she wants, we lived in Breckenridge. I told you that before. And any kind of wedding that she wants to throw, if you let her do that, I will give you the down payment for a house. Just shut up, let her send you an invitation, and show up. I said, fine.
Nice.
So they said we had to find a rabbi to marry us. Bill is not Jewish, and rabbis will not marry you unless you rent one.
A Jew or
a Jewish rabbi?
Okay,
you have to find a very reformed rabbi, like from Our Lady of Temple Emmanuel, and you have to pay him off. Basically, I had to pay this guy off to have him perform a ceremony that really wasn't going to be a ceremony because I was married.
Okay.
So, but I couldn't tell my parents. So anyway, so we had this huge ceremony, huge wedding. The bar bill was $10,000. And the rabbi that we hired, I was really smart. He had a little substance abuse problem, like a big one. He was doing rails off the dinner plates in the bathroom, and he was snorting everything but the carpet.
Hey.
And he never signed the paperwork or turned it into the state. Thank you, God. And he ended up, we had to find him later on to try and find out what he did with the paperwork, which we couldn't find him because he ended up in Florida somewhere.
He was cutting coke with it. Leave him alone.
Oh, and he ended up in rehab.
Okay. Rehab
and then he died. So that is Rabbi Rehab. His name was Bill Cohen.
You're like the Grim Reaper, Terri.
I know. That's what I was just thinking.
And then they died.
Yeah. She's wearing black and sitting close to me. I'm not comfortable with this.
Exactly. So those are my 3 stories.
So when you're Jewish, you have to buy out your spouse.
Well, if you want to have a conservative, or even a lot of Reform people would do that, if you want to have a Jewish marriage where you have a ketubah, so that this is good. Jewish women are considered basically chattel if you're really conservative. So you don't have to serve time if you commit a crime. So if you kill someone and you're not married, your father has to serve the time. If you are married, your husband has to serve the time. Because women are held in higher esteem than men because we can deliver children. And not only that, but we own all the property. And in a ketubah, it specifies that the man needs to satisfy the woman first. You think I'm going to get married again without that little glitch in there? You betcha. You betcha.
A ketubah.
A ketubah.
I've never heard that in my life.
Me neither.
Well, because you're not Jewish.
I was
Because
gonna
I'm
say,
not Jewish.
I'm learning all kinds of stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. You've had Hebrew Heritage Month.
I think
We don't even get a week.
I think it's
Come
awesome.
on. We had 5,000 years of slavery, and we don't get a week. I think we should have a month.
That's cool. When I DJ'd a lot, I did a lot of different weddings for a lot of different backgrounds, religions,
Sure.
races, and it was so fun for me to see how different people did weddings. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a true German wedding?
I've been to a German Jewish wedding.
Have you been to the German where they do the money dance? Have you ever seen how
we
they do
had
that?
money dance.
So when they told me how they did it, I laughed at first until I realized you're being serious. So what
Yeah.
they do, you missed that when you got there. It was in the backyard over here by Edwards. Remember you showed up late?
Yeah, I
I
showed up
kind of
late. Yeah,
dented my
kinda
pickup that
helped.
day. So they said, do you have a lot of polka music? I'm like, I have the chicken dance.
There's nothing like a chicken dance.
So I had to
if you
download.
had an ostrich dance, you could have been at our wedding.
Yeah, but then you get clubbed in the head, so that's not gonna work.
Isn't that how you take your bride home?
No, that's
That's how the big guy gets lucky. I ain't gonna lie to you. So
You drag them out.
so what
Unless
they
you
do.
can lasso them.
Yeah, you can lasso them. So what they do, this was the craziest thing to me, is they play polka music, and everybody, and I mean everybody, does the polka dance around the dance floor. Everybody gets up and does it, right? So what they do is they end up going into a big circle, and then the bride and groom get in the middle, right? And that's when they have their money dance. They shower them with money, change. They throw change at them.
Oh, we didn't do
Coins.
change.
They throw coins at them. Like the groom took a quarter in the temple, right? Because some kid winged him with it, And she told me that, and I started laughing. I go, "What?" And she's like, "That's how you shower with money." It's
with a bag of nickels.
it's exactly right, Terry. They
Can you see that, Adam?
it's
Bag of
ding
nickels.
ding 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 ding
Yeah.
ding. It's like a Vegas thing.
The bride didn't really have hail damage, but
Well,
after that bag of nickels.
The groom took one pretty good. So one of those teenagers pegged him. It's just for show. They do the little money dance. So all the kids, they give all the kids the little cups, and the kids go around and pick up the change. But I laughed when she first told me. I was like, "Yeah, they throw change at them. Like you throw."
Yeah.
They pelt you with money, and she's like, "Yeah, it's how they shower you with money." And I go, "Okay, well, right on." I
guess my people like the $100 bills much better.
Yeah,
well,
because
who wouldn't?
Doesn't leave a ding mark.
in my Hispanic part of the family, they do money dances, and I didn't realize this was a weird thing until someone told me they'd never seen it before. What you do with the money dance in my Hispanic family is you go up and you pin money on the bride or groom. You take like a pin and you pin the money on them, and then it's when you get the dance.
Right.
It's come to my knowledge around these parts. It's not how they do it. How they do it is the best man and the maid of honor sit there and you pay them the money, and then they kind of like the bouncer let you in to dance with the bride or groom. That's how they do the money dance.
They don't do that in England.
How do they do it for like a Jewish wedding?
For a Jewish wedding,
Yeah.
well, they can either do it where you pin things on. It depends on what they do. But they also do Hava Nagila, or I want tequila, as Bill called it. And then they put you on a chair, they throw you up and down, and then people are like, there's money coming out of everywhere.
Okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Dun,
And
dun, 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 dun,
I
okay.
want tequila, I want.
Okay.
And Bill never gets Yiddish right. You know that.
Okay.
So usually the groom stamps on the glass and screams out, Mazel Tov. They have Mazel Tov.
Right.
Bill screamed out, Bottle Top.
Bottle top.
Then my son-in-law is not Jewish, and he screamed out, Hasselhoff. That might have been part of the lie. Convincing, though,
Convincing,
wasn't it?
very convincing. No, I think that's always fun to see how different religions and races
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
do their stuff. I think it's really cool.
Absolutely.
It was been fun.
I told the loaded rabbi I had 5 minutes to marry us.
He's got all night. If he's doing rails of coke, he's going to be there
Oh, my
a
God,
while.
it
Terry.
was unbelievable. This guy is like fucking high.
Can rabbis can be married and all that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm Catholic.
He
so
wasn't at that point. But.
No. I mean, you got a coke problem. That's kind of hard.
Oh
to
my God! I
sell
mean,
to the
and
wife.
I was like, "Wow, this guy." I mean, we paid him $800 just to marry us, and I think, I don't know how much of that he must put it all up his nose. I'm not really sure. I hope you brought something to share with everybody.
That's right. That's right. Tequila, huh? I always wondered what that was because you see it in all the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Jewish wedding where they put them up on the chairs.
And it is frightening because they're throwing you around like nothing. And Bill had on a kilt. He didn't. I lied about that, too. And, he was just showing all the family jewels to everybody.
He's not wearing underwear or anything?
No, he wears my lipstick.
Tequila Hava, Tequila Hava. All right.
No, he didn't. He actually wore a kilt at my daughter's wedding.
That's cool, though.
He did.
All right.
He was a farting in the tartan.
I think I saw a
With
picture
the Bartons.
of that. Yeah. With the Bartons.
The Fartin' Barton sisters.
Oh, Captain Jack. So, all right, Vogue. Well, we got 3 stories. You got one on, you think?
Yeah.
You do have one, you think?
He always does that.
Yeah, no, not always.
I've had a rough year.
Yeah.
2022
No,
has
I'm
not
here
been
to make
good
it
to
better.
me.
He's 2020 Moose where he can't get one right. We've swapped. Although I have not done very well in the past couple either. So
Well, you both busted
yeah,
me.
yeah. Well, the first time, yeah, you were the first one, Terry. But there was a reason we busted you.
Because Alan gave me a line and I added it in.
Yeah, it was something.
I was fired in 3 days or something.
Yeah, I can't remember. I have to go back and listen to the episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there was something you said that kind of clicked. And that's happened 2 or 3 times on these podcasts where they'll say one thing that completely, So,
Yep.
all right. Adam, you want to read them off?
Yep, we had Here Birdie Birdie Birdie, To Have and To Hold, in Rabbi Rehab.
Okay, so you've already been through this, Terry, but I can't remember how you land on this. We rock, paper, scissors to see who has to guess first.
It's shoot. I do shoot.
You do.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You're
So
the
she's
devil.
4.
You're the devil, Terry.
I know. I know.
T to the B to the mamma jamma G. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Damn it!
And then he punches you.
I was on
And the
a
third.
roll. God,
Well,
Dancy
rolla,
and Matt both
rolla,
whipped
rolla.
my ass too. All right, so the 3 we have, I think this one has been a little tougher, Terry. I am leaning towards 1. I think the Here Birdie Birdie is true. I'm going to go with true with that one because I think I do remember hearing something about it somewhere.
I talk to you guys way too much.
Yeah, you do.
I spill the beans on everything, don't I? Maybe.
Well, here's the problem: when you drink with someone a lot,
How many lies did I tell you about my wedding afterward?
a few.
I could make up stories all night.
The Rabbi Rehab. I'm still reading that wrong. I can't want to say Bellis Relis. I think that's a little true too. I'm not decided. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to change. I think To Have and To Hold is true, and I'm going to go with Rabbi Rehab as my Bullhucker. But I think the damn you, Terry. I think To Have and To Hold is true. I'm going to go with Rabbi Rehab. What do you think, Adam?
I think I'm going to go with Here Birdie 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 as my Bullhucker.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think the ostrich is fake?
Yeah.
What? Because it's smacking him. You don't believe in how?
No.
That's like some cartoon shit there.
I grew up on a farm, and you hit everything with a shovel.
Did they hit you with a shovel?
Yeah.
Probably.
Go get the boy.
Yeah. Boy, I told you, come here, come here, come here.
The sound "pa-tong" is pretty common when I grew up. So just how we've talked about this before. I go off of like body language and that type of thing. So I just felt like with Here Birdie Birdie Birdie, it was a little bit different than the other 2. So that's why I'm going with that one.
Okay, so you're going to go Here Birdie Birdie, and I'm going to go with Rabbi Rehab. Terri Barton Gregg, let's whip that sign up and see where we're at.
Yay.
She's excited. She just beat us both.
To Have and To Hold, she beat us both.
Yes.
What part of that's not true?
All of it. I was never married to anybody else. Nobody else would marry me.
You know what? That's true.
Honest to God. No one else would marry me. Plus, my mother would have killed me.
Really? You think Shirley would have known?
Oh, who's CIA Shirley?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even talk about that at all. Real quick. We booked shows down here for 9 years. It kind of sucks. We wanted to get through 10 years of comedy here in
Sure.
Morgan County. We had the longest running independent comedy show in Colorado, And one of the high points of our shows was when you bring your dad down.
Oh, yeah.
Which was very nice
God.
for you because he outshined everybody that day. He was like the special attraction.
He was. They thought it was going to be this cute little old man that was going to be so clean.
That's what
Oh, my God, he was filthy.
You said, hey, can my dad come down? He's 94 at the time.
Yeah.
and do comedy. I said, of course he can. That sounds
Just
precious.
a little guy.
That sounds precious,
Cute little
Terry.
guy.
So we bring him up, and we help him get him on stage. And I'm walking off, and I'm looking at him, and I hear him go, he tells the crowd he's Jewish, and he says, I like to watch pornography in reverse because I like when the whore gives the money back. And I looked at Adam and I go,
he stopped dead in his
And then we
tracks.
hit him in the head with a shovel.
He stopped dead in his tracks and looked at me like, what the fuck?
I did. I go,
I warned you. I had warned you. At his funeral, John Hickenlooper did his eulogy.
Right.
And he came in and he looks at the rabbi in the green room, because only a synagogue would have a green room. And he said, "Can I say big tits?" And he goes, "Why not? Jack did it here." And he told his big tits joke.
your father threw down 5 minutes of the filthiest comedy I'd ever heard on our stage. And I walked up to relieve him.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and goes, "What the hell do you want?" He didn't want to get off stage. And I
He did. He goes, "Can I just do one? No, 3 more jokes."
No, he didn't want to get off. And I go,
Yeah.
go ahead, Jack. Usually I'd have pulled someone off stage like, "No, you're done, guy." And not him. Terry gets up and she's like, "Dad, now, down. Like, get the spray bottle out there."
I did.
Get down.
I would have hit him in the head with the
He
fucking
just looked at her and kept right on rolling.
But
Yep.
I'll tell you what, that crowd, I've never seen them so attentive to a comic before.
Yeah.
When they'd laugh, they'd roar at the joke, but when he started the next setup,
Yeah.
it got dead quiet in there.
And that's what always happened.
They paid him the ultimate respect, and they
Yeah.
loved him. They thought he was the greatest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Because they never knew what was going to come out of that mouth.
right.
Right.
And somebody said, "Well, how did you know you're going to be funny?" And I said, "I lived with Jack Barton."
I lived with Jack Barton. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That-
yeah. And I have a
that's-
bunch of stories about that, but I'm going to keep them to myself. I'm not telling you any more stories.
For the next time.
But you know why I was good at lying when I was a kid?
What's
Because
that?
you keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss.
Yep.
Yep. Terry, I'm proud of you.
Yay! Especially coming off of my big loss last time.
Right.
Boom.
But to be fair, the last time that we did this, it was early in the morning.
Yeah.
Because we did the show
Yep.
the night before,
Yep.
the cop show.
Yep.
You guys woke up, you brought us burritos, and it was
Yes.
like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're doing
Yes.
this podcast in this cold-ass theater. And
Yep.
it was kind of wild. So,
And I gave myself away because I listened to one of my best friends.
oh, Alan Goodwin. What's up, Alan Goodwin?
Hey, Alan.
You wonderful
Al man.
some bitch. Love you. Anyway, yeah,
Badgerine.
I was just gonna say,
We could hit him with a shovel, too.
the woman I was dating at the time, we're no longer together, but she had a Badgerine shirt. She'd always watch out, and I'd laugh
yeah.
when I'd see
Oh,
it,
my
and I'm
God.
like, "Ah, you're wearing his merch." Well, there was there's a bar in Hill Rose, Colorado, 7 miles out of Brush. It's a little podunk bar.
Sure.
And we'd went in there one day to get a burger, and what's on the back? Not the Badgerine. There's a bumper sticker on the back of the.
It's Itchy with a B.
No, it's slap the stupid people.
Oh, you know who that is? Bob
Meadows.
Bobby
Of course
Meadows.
I know who it
yeah.
is. And I said, it's a great sticker. He's like, "Have you seen this comic? He's amazing." I'm like,
God.
we're the ones that booked him to come out here to buy that
saw
sticker. Yes, of course
downtown
we do.
Denver. I know Al Canal.
Al Canal.
He was the GM over at the Improv.
Okay, I didn't know Al.
And I got a great Al story, but I'm not going to tell you that one either because
Next
it's going to
time.
be another one.
Next time.
Oh yeah.
Terri Barton Gregg, it's always awesome to see you, man.
Yep. You too. Thank you very much. Thank you. I want
thanks
big
for coming.
hugs.
Oh,
We're gonna actually come up to Denver. I've been talking to
Good.
you.
Yes.
Because we're running through a lot of people here in town. We're actually going to be doing some wrestlers up in Colorado
Yes.
Springs.
Yes.
And we're going to come down and get some comics around
We
your
should
way.
talk to the Olympic Center and get some of their athletes.
That would be
Because
great.
I know some coaches down there on speed dial.
of course you
Of course
do.
you do. Of course. Why wouldn't you, Terry? Why wouldn't you? You know,
Oh,
you're like,
it's true. It is true.
all right. Well, anyway, Terry, thank
I
you.
actually do know somebody that just came to my mind that married a girl from Sweden to get her into the country, and they could never find her again. But I can't remember who it is, so
Why would you? She's gone.
she's probably dead.
If she had anything to do with you, of course she is.
Oh yeah.
I hate Swedish hate. So, anyway, Terry, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Love you too.
T to the B to the triple G. Signing off.
To the Mama Jamma G. Hey, and by the way, real quick, just a reminder, hit that subscribe button at the bottom right-hand corner to subscribe to the podcast. You can find all our stuff on the bullhucker.com, all our episodes, even Terri Barton's first episode back in episode 17.
Loser.
Yeah, that was 50 episodes ago. So check that out. No matter where you're at, what platform you're on, please leave a rating and review. Helps the podcast out.
Who has crazier real stories than me?
You know what, Terri? You'd be shocked. I've heard some pretty crazy ones on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. I got more.
I've heard some like, holy shit, are you serious stories? So anyway, I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
Terri Barton Gregg.
See you guys. Peace.
Bye. Thank you.